Hello, everybody. Buddy Way, Midland, Texas. I want to share a Facebook post with you that you're going to find real interesting about the previous owner of this house and what happened before I got here. Okay, Mike Lawhon, the 27-year-old previous owner of my home, was telling his friends about people breaking into this house before he died. That was the same crimes I was reporting to the police before I was shot with my phone lines cut. My guess is that Mike was trying to stop these criminals just like I was, and he got too close, so they planned his murder just like they did to me. Possibly he made the same mistake that I did, which was call the police, not knowing they were working with these killers, breaking into his home, and they helped cover up his murder just like they did to me. He left two little boys, and my guess is they were told lies about their daddy when the only thing he did was go to work, save his money, and buy a home, just like me, the American dream. I would have never guessed our law enforcement was so corrupt. It's evil, okay? And so we're looking at right here the obituary for the previous owner, died in 2008, Mike Lawhon. You can see how young he was, 27 years old, okay? And there's a whole story about it where his death certificate says he died in Fort Worth. The neighbor told me he died in this house. It happened the week before the 2008 oil show started. He's telling his friends people are breaking in the house at the time. I'm convinced they murdered him here and they took him to Fort Worth, okay? Then they sold the home to me, the next sucker, moving in from out of town, and I didn't know any difference. I lived here 2 years before I figured out somebody's breaking in the home. I think there's a whole bunch of homes around here that are being rigged. People are living in the attic, and the homeowners don't even know it, okay, because that's by design. Here's where a friend here sent me a message on Facebook and said she was a friend with one of Mike's friends, and how Mike would always talk about he felt like people were in his house, how he knew people were in his house. So here this guy is reporting the same crimes that I was reporting, and he's now dead. And then they tried to kill me, okay? That's my point here. The first comment come in from this Stephanie Davis, and she says, how did anyone not buy this house between him and you? Is there something there, I wonder? And so I explained this to her because, I understand what was going on at the time. And I said, it was listed on the market, so they could have bought it, just like I did, right off the market. I had made an offer. Mike and Sarah made a counter offer, and I thought it was too much money, and I walked away. A couple of weeks later, I got a call from my realtor telling me that Mike had died, and that Sarah, the widow, would drop the price, $35,000, if I would buy it. I thought it was my good fortune at the time. And at the time, that's a massive drop because I only paid $130. Not long after I moved in, I came home from work and there was a note on the door saying, I wanted to buy this house. Who are probably the people that tried to murder me, right? And I just threw it away. The ex-wife later told me, you were chosen to buy this home, which means to me that they chose for Mike to die. That was premeditated murder, okay? It definitely was premeditated murder when they shot me because, the person that shot me, I didn't even know they were there, I mean, they ambushed me. It wasn't in no danger, nothing. They came to my home to kill me. That was in 2008, and in 2011, I listed this home for sale at market value, myself as the owner. I'd already lived here 3 years due to the crimes that were going on, but I had no bidders. So anybody could have bid it at market value. They could have bought it. It comes off the market 2 months later, and I'm ambushed and shot with my phone lines cut, and which was then covered up by the police that we now know were under my home. The conversation keeps going. Stephanie says, so whatever happened to your case? Is it solved or what? Like she didn't know. I'm sure she knows. I post about it every single day, right? The best thing sometimes is to get away from bad people. So I could see some people suggesting for you to sell or move and get out of there. So she's wanting me to move is how I took that, which is like many, many, many people that want me to move, so let them get away with it, basically. And so here I have to write the same thing I write over and over again. I said nothing has happened, even though there's undeniable evidence, and this is a capital attempted murder case, but thankfully there's no statute of limitations on capital crimes. These are cold-blooded killers that must be stopped, and maybe me standing my ground will stop them from breaking in your home and murdering you and your family next. We have lost rule of law. It's not safe inside our own homes thanks to the corruption and this violent gang, okay? And moving what is best for the killers that have rigged homes all across America for burglary, theft, and murder using these corrupt police. But it does nothing for me. That won't help clear my name. It won't provide me justice, and it won't make me or anybody else safer, because homes don't kill people. People do that, and they can follow you anywhere you go. See, that's what I insinuate. Oh, now the home can't kill you. Well, the home ain't trying to kill me. It's the people trying to kill me. Okay. I said, you don't stop Charles Manson's gang from murdering innocent homeowners by moving. You arrest them and lock them up for the safety of everybody. They knew if they got caught, then they would get the death penalty. But obviously they felt like these dirty cops would help them kill whoever and whenever they wanted. And that's a good analogy is Manson, because that's what Manson's gang did. They broke into a private home, cut the phone lines, and murdered people. That's what this people do, right? And the only difference is this people's got a gang of dirty cops to help them. And then she goes, look at Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, which has nothing to do with this, of course. They didn't break into anybody's home or murder anybody, I said, you can see how deep some pockets run and just how many people were quiet about such high-profile cases, okay? And so, it's like, that might as well brought up the Nazis, it didn't really matter because they had no bearing on it. And I said, I have no evidence suggesting Epstein was connected to my home and his basement, but I do have evidence showing that some police were involved in this capital attempted murder, which makes me believe they were also connected with the 4 other murders I was told happened here. We can't let them keep on killing innocent people inside our homes. Just picture coming home and finding your family murdered, and then you would understand that looking the other way is an option. Like, put the shoe on the other foot. You come home and they murdered your family, and you're saying, well, I think I'll just pack up and move and say, it's okay. Okie dokie, you murdered my family. Everything's okay. No, I don't think so. It's not okay. You need to go to prison for what you did. That's how that works. Okay. And so, Stephanie, I know there's a dark world out there. Keep doing all the good. Okay. And here, I just want to put this last hit on the map screen because the evidence is overwhelming. My home's right behind the Midland Home Depot. This is the old Google's maps. I'm going to show you here. They recently deleted here. Basically, you used to put my address in, and you'd see a large building in my backyard on the map screen, and you couldn't see it on the satellite screen. I notified the city of that a year ago, and it got deleted from Google Maps after being there for 10 years. Because I said we got multiple people documented saying there's underground homes here with all kinds of details. They're at least 25 foot deep. They're 3-bedroom. They were put in for the Bushes. It was called the Safe House Project. It cost $7.35 million. All these different people and all these different pieces of evidence. Here it is on Google Maps. This is where it's the whole key, and this is one of 4 underground homes. And then here's Home Depot. You could see where they cut the ditch behind Home Depot aimed directly at my house, and that was make it easier so that they come from Home Depot store over to my home and murder the innocent homeowner here. That's what's going on in Midland, Texas, folks.